One of the things that I felt like I really wanted to share today, when you look at the word Nisayon, now watch, we learned the letters, right? So the first letter of Nisayon is the Nun. The Nun, we know, the 50 gates of freedom. Okay, so first of all, we have to know, what was Hashem thinking about when he created what's called a Nisayon in the world? What was he thinking about? What was the spiritual potential? 50 gates of freedom are going to come when you go through a Nisayon. So first of all, you have to know that. All your Nisyonot are opening up 50 gates of consciousness that you never realized, tapping into potential that you never realized. You didn't know that you knew how to swim. Not anybody over here. But a person doesn't know that he doesn't know how to swim, or that he thinks he doesn't know how to swim, until you don't throw him into a pool of water, and they have to, do whatever they can to bring themselves up for that gasping bit of oxygen, of air, to make it to the top of the, right? And then suddenly a person realizes, oh, I know how to swim. You don't know that you know how to change a tire until you're not stuck in the middle of the road, and you're like, how do I exactly use this thing to lift up my car and change my... How many things do we realize about ourselves only when we're thrown into the challenge, right? And so the Nisayon starts with a regular Nun. How does that Nun look? Look at the shape of the Nun. It looks like this: a decrepit, hunchbacked little baby or hunchback human being who feels, I can't get through this. Their head is to the ground, their eyes are facing downward. I'm never going to get through this. Never going to get through this, Hashem. And what does Hashem do next? He says, Samach. Just dip yourself. You don't know where you're going to go. That's okay. You're the Samach. You don't know how God's name, you're going to get through this Nisayon. Just throw yourself into me. Just throw yourself into me. Just let me hug you. Just let me embrace you. Tismechi alai, Hashem says. Tismechi alai. Throw away your sechel. Throw away your ability to logically know how you're going to make through it. Just go into the womb. Just allow yourself to go into this closed up circle and go into the womb, and let me take care of you. Tismechi alai. And that's a nes. The first two letters of a Nisayon spell the word nes. It's a miracle to get through a Nisayon, because you're going somewhere else. You're going through the 50 gates of freedom. You're not who you were before. By the time you get through a Nisayon, you're someone completely different that you didn't even realize, because you allowed yourself to throw yourself into Hashem's arms. Now, what happens if you don't get to that nest? What happens if you stay, if you forget that there's a miracle waiting for you in that Nisayon? You know what happens? What are the last three letters of Nisayon? Yud, Vav, Nun. Spells Yavan, Greece. You go and look at the way Hashem spells Yavan. Yud, you're still on top. Vav, oh boy, you're going down. And Nun, whoa, did you go down? Down, down, down. So you have a choice in a Nisayon. Either you stick with the nest, you recognize that there's a miracle happening for you, no matter how decrepit you look, no matter how much your eyes are facing down, you are a walking miracle when you're going through a nest. If you forget that, you might likely, God forbid, go down, down, down. However, if you make it all the way to the end, if you go all the way to the end of the Nisayon, what happens to that Nun? That Nun is now standing tall. Feet are in the ground, right? As we said, that peg is all the way down in that ground. That Nun is no longer like this. It's an end of Nun. That means you're done. You're finished with it. You're beyond that which you were before. You've put an end to the one who was there before in the beginning of the Nisayon. You're now a new person. You stand straight and tall. You're no longer decrepit. You're looking straight forward, and you've put a stamp on that which was. You're now something new, and now something new is entering into your life. because that's what an Nisayon does. It enables us to become and be and embody that ness. And that's what Hashem, remember, in Hashem's mindset, so to speak, there is no past, present, and future. Hashem sees everything is beyond space and time. So he sees, as we're going through that Nisayon, he sees what's going to be at the same moment as we're crying out, can you just lighten the load a little bit here, please? Right? Hashem says, wait, hold on. There's something amazing. You don't even know who you're going to become from this. You don't even know what's going. I see. Ani chozet atid. The future is right here in front of me, as though it's just happening now. You don't see it. I'm there. I'm on top. What happens when you're on the Empire State Building? You see everything. You see the clouds there. You see the rain here, and you see the clearing of the sun all at the same time. Past, present, future. There is no difference. That's the way, so to speak, the God's eye view. And Hashem sees everything. But we're going to wake up from this dream one day. And Hashem's going to say, nobody ever suffered. Nobody ever had pain. Nobody went through nisyonot. And I never abandoned you. I was always there. I was in the hospital. I was caressing these people. And I was pushing you with your energy. And I was giving you strength. And I was giving you wisdom. He never left us. And he never will leave us. That's his eternal covenant. And with that, we go into Rosh Hashanah. And that's why we wear white. Because we trust in that. It goes beyond the logic of understanding. I don't have to understand how you love me, Hashem, in all this, but I just know you do. And just keep showing it to me. And just, my tefillah to Hashem always is and always will continue to be, just remind me, Hashem, all the time, how much you love me. No matter what I go through in my life, don't ever, ever, ever take that. You can take away everything. Don't listen to anything that I'm asking from you. But the one thing I beg you, don't take away from me. And that is the knowledge to recognize that you love me here. And that you never, ever are going to let go of me. And that's the only thing we have to be davening for. I'm not going to daven for you to explain to me anything. I'm not capable of understanding your wisdom. My kli and my brain doesn't get it. But just don't take away my Emuna. Just don't ever cease to remind me how great you are, how little I am, how I understand nothing, and how you know better than me, and how much you love me. And that's all we have to know. We don't have to know anything else.